My name is Kulsum Ameji, and I'm a staff attorney at LAF. I've been here since December 2004. I live here in Chicago, in the Uptown neighborhood, and I went to DePaul College of Law. I went to Smith College undergrad in Massachusetts, and I do legal services work because I believe firmly in justice.
Kulsum and I worked together in the Family Law Project, and at that time she was a staff attorney concentrating on assisting immigrant survivors of domestic violence and specifically working with the Southeast Asian community under a special grant. And so she had some of the most complex and difficult cases in the Family Law Project.
In 2011, when we formed our community engagement unit, she raised her hand to be a staff attorney in that unit, and now she doesn't have a caseload as such, but she's dealing with the same populations all over the county, forming partnerships and alliances with them to reach people who otherwise wouldn't know that help was available or that they had legal rights at all.
So Kulsum and I really started working on this conference. In the end, we titled it Making This Home, Improving Health and Legal Options.
And it was a multidisciplinary conference. So she had social workers and mental health providers and physical health providers and attorneys and immigration advocates all in the same room for 2 days. And she brought in all kinds of outside experts. And she really got people talking to each other in a way that we don't normally see.
It's a huge challenge, actually, is how do you effectively provide holistic services in an under-resourced environment? How do you build those relationships with other providers? How do you sustain those relationships? And how do you do it in a way that's reciprocal and respectful? That's very challenging, but very critical, not just on a philosophical level, but for the outcomes for clients, to improve survivors' lives.
Kulsum has an amazing ability to have empathy for our clients above and beyond anyone else that I can think of. I mean, she just really can put herself in other people's positions and understand where they're coming from, and I think that's really unique.
I think when I was working with clients, the most rewarding part of my job was to see the tenacity of the human spirit. It is profoundly inspiring to work with survivors or any clients who have faced hardship and overcome tremendous obstacles and have managed to transform hardship, grief, injustice, inequity into tenacity and discipline, integrity, generosity of spirit, and healing and success. So for me, there's no question that that has been the most meaningful aspect of working at LAF, is working with the clients who were able to maintain their humanity and spread goodness in the world in spite of the hardships that they'd undergone.
Well, I think she's sort of typical of a new style of legal aid attorney. Instead of just holding up in an office and cranking out hundreds of the same kind of cases, knowing that there are thousands more just like it out there that you're not doing, she really is looking at systems, looking at populations, thinking in bigger ways about problems. And she brings that perspective back to the work.
She's very mindful of sort of the imprint that we leave on our communities, on our clients, on our work. And so I feel like she deserves this recognition because she's really not in it for any sort of personal gain. She's really about the betterment of the community and society as a whole.
I think that knowledge of the law is a transformative experience for individuals and for communities. I think it has profound outcomes on people's lives. And I think that lack of knowledge about the law and lack of access to justice, among other factors, contributes to a lot of the inequity and injustice in this world.